And we welcome you to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez. I will be your play-by-play announcer for tonight's ball game. Tonight's game is Game 4 of the 4-game series between the Rose Hill Sluggers and your Newton Rebels. We're going to go through the records first of all. The Cheney Diamond Dogs lead the league at 19-0, followed by the Hutchinson Monarchs and the Rose Hill Sluggers, and second place with a record of 15-4. They are followed by Great Bend with a record of 11-12, and then Mulvane comes in at 9-11, and that will followed by Derby Twins at 8-14. The Newton Rebels are 6-13 in league play. Hayesville Aviators are 4-14. And the Sunflower Seeds are 4-19. So that's the standings here so far. Once again, this is the last game of the 4-game series between the Sluggers and the Newton Rebels. They will take on Cheney Diamond Dogs next. And they'll have the All-Star game on Saturday. And then they'll be going to Great Bend, followed by Hayesville. We got the starting lineups for today's game. First of all, for the Rose Hill Sluggers, leading off and playing second base will be number 5, Adam Tice. Batting second, the third baseman, number 26, Zach Baxley. Batting third will be the right fielder, number 42, Hunter Gibson. Batting fourth and playing first base will be number 33, Garrett Kosis. Batting fifth and DHing will be number 17, Jackson Dito. Batting sixth will be the left fielder, number 21, Easton James. Batting seventh and catching will be number 8, Ross Cadena. Batting eighth and playing center field will be number 31, Will Reitz. And batting ninth and playing shortstop will be number 11, Matt Johnson. And pitching for Rose Hill Sluggers will be number 32, Brian Skillman. Now here's the starting lineup for your Newton Rebels. Leading off and playing shortstop will be number 2, Jack Sigras. Batting second and playing third base will be number 55, Nolan Riley. Batting third and playing first base will be number 21, Lincoln Andrews. Batting fourth and DHing will be number 17, Enzo Bonventri. Batting fifth and catching number 23, Joey Martinez. Batting sixth and playing right field will be number 1, Andrew Brutman. Batting seventh and playing second base will be number 3, Lachlan Ross. Batting eighth and playing center field, number 16, Andrew Patton. And batting ninth and playing left field will be number 30, Ricky Hockett. And pitching for the Newton Rebels this evening will be number 11, Zach Martinez. Tonight is Little League night, and we have a bunch of Little Leaguers that are coming out that are joining the Newton Rebels out onto the field. They're having the starting introductions at this time here at the ballpark here at Klein Scott Field. Before we get started, we'd like to thank all our sponsors: Miller Insurance Agency, American Family Insurance, Duty Works, Conrad Insurance Group, Boston Insurance, Pouch Enterprise, Realty Connections Store and Stuff and U-Haul, Roofing Services Unlimited, Shamrock Car Wash, Pate and Paul Attorneys at Law, Affordable Autos, Remax Associates of Newton, Kansas, Tim Marler and Family, Carl Hodges, Dr. Brett Wolfs, DDS, John and Lori Odom, player parents from Dodge City, Newton Rec Commission, Bob Burke, Buy Loco, and Ray Roofing. Also like to thank all the host families: Connie Miller, Joe Petlow, Michelle and Brett Kaufman, Robin and Christopher Eshelman, along with Aaron Eshelman, Tammy Schmidt, Chad and Joni Considine, and player Zach Bravo. Once again, we're going to pause for the national anthem, and we'll be right back.
Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels Baseball. This is Frank Martinez, your play-by-play announcer for tonight's game. At first base for the Rebels, number 21, Andrews. Second baseman will be number 3, Lachlan Ross. At shortstop, number 2, Jack Sigris. Third base, number 55, Nolan Riley. And left field will be number 30, Ricky Hockett. Center fielder will be number 16, Andrew Patton. Right fielder, number 1, Andrew Brotman. Catching will be number 23, Joey Martinez. And pitching for the Newton Rebels will be number 11, Zach Martinez. This Martinez comes in with a 8.40 ERA. He's appeared in 5 ball games, has started 3, has pitched 15 innings, struck out 16, has 14 base on balls, and has given up 15 hits. And the first batter that he'll be facing will be the second baseman, number 5, Adam Tice. Tice comes in batting .475. In conference play. That second pitch is ball 1, so the count will go now to 1 ball, 1 strike. And now we're joined along by General Manager Mark Cavala. He had some duties to do out there. You have little leaguers out there tonight, Mark.
Yeah, the Newton Baseball Club.
Ball hit to the third baseman. That's Nolan Riley, goes to first for out number 1. So a 5-3 3 put out for the first out. That will bring up the third baseman, number 26, Zach Baxley.
No, I was doing the GM duties, Frank, and it was Mark Fox got these players together, and the guys that you could see them looking up to the Rebel guys. They were pretty happy, excited, and I think hopefully it was good for our Rebel players too.
Baxley's a 6'1", 175-pounder. He comes in batting .485 as he's appeared in 15 ball games. First pitch to Baxley is ball 1. Martinez pitch over the head of Baxley, so the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, one thing being down there, Frank, I noticed, I watched some of the players, see how they're acting. They're in pretty good mood.
Fastball missing high for ball 3. 3-0 now the count to Zach Baxley. I'm going to check out, make sure that we're on because for some reason, sometimes we're not.
We're usually the last to know.
There's a pitch right down the middle. And we're okay. So count now goes to 3 balls, 1 strike to Zach Baxley as we're 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. That pitch just missing low for ball 4. So Baxley will be on with the base on balls. And that will bring up the right fielder, number 42, Hunter Gibson.
Yeah, I believe Hunter Gibson, he definitely likes the Rebel pitching, 9 for 13. We haven't figured out an answer against him yet, so hopefully Martinez can figure that out.
Gibson's a 6'3", 230-pounder. There's a breaking ball missing inside for ball 1. He comes in batting .475 as he's appeared in 17 ball games. Has 29 hits at 61 at bat. Also has scored 17 runs and has 18 RBIs. So he's up there with a runner on first base. There's a ball hit in the inside corner. So that will even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
And Baxley, even though he's a catcher mainly and third baseman right there, he can steal a base. I've seen him do it a few times.
Well, if Martinez doesn't hold him on, he will take off. That one hits the batter. So now we have runners on at first and second with 1 down. And so far they haven't earned a thing, and they've got 2 runners on.
Yeah, that's kind of what, like I said, you got to compete. You got to compete on that mound. And I can see Martinez, which I've seen him compete, but this is the tough part of the lineup right here when you got the 2, 3, 4 that they have.
It's going to bring up Garrett Kosas, the first baseman. Garrett, the 6'4", 215-pounder. And that one is fouled off by Kosas.
Yeah, right now we could use that pitcher's best friend. Something on the ground, get a double play.
So Kosas batting .377 as he's 20 out of 53 with 15 RBIs. Martinez steps off, going back to second base. He is Baxley. And the count is no balls, 1 strike as Kosas fouled the first one off. And like I say, if you're just joining us, we're on the top half of the first inning. The score is no runs, no hits, no errors so far. So we have no score. And that one fouled off by Kosas, so the count goes no balls and 2 strikes.
Got Jake Gibbs multitasking right there.
Yeah, doing our PA tonight and trying to move the camera around so people can see the action. Something that we haven't had much of all year long. That's somebody to run the camera. There's a breaking ball is fouled off by Kosas. So the count will stay at no balls and 2 strikes.
He also coaches, so I don't know if he's going to run down on the field and maybe talk to the players. I don't know. He does it all, so.
Well, tonight Martinez steps off once again, Baxley back to second base. I think it's starting tomorrow. We have the mandatory mask. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, it's
in Harvey County.
It's going to be 6 feet apart, and if you can't be 6 feet, you have to wear a mask, and we're ready for it. We got it all prepared.
A swing and a miss there by Kosas as he goes down swinging for out number 2. That is the first strikeout by Zach Martinez. And that will bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Jackson Dito.
And right there, Frank, we talked about this earlier. I mean, he competed against him. And that's what he came right after him, and that's what I want to see. That's what we want to see, and Martinez can do it.
So Dito will now be up. He's a 6'4", 210-pounder from Spring, Texas. That one lifted up in over the backstop, it looks like. So the count goes no balls, 1 strike. Once again, Baxley's on at second base. He reached on a base on balls. Gibson was hit by a pitch, so he's on at first base. And there is 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. No score so far. And Dito.
This be huge for the Rebels to get out of this inning like this, Frank. They've been having trouble. You and I were talking about, I don't know, 50% of the games teams have scored in the first inning.
The count is 1 ball, 1 strike. There's a ball, a fastball missing high. So the count now goes 2 balls and 1 strike. Dito comes in batting .278 as he's appeared in 11 ball games.
And he also pitches. We've seen that the other day. He did a good job against the Rebels.
He's been up to the plate 36 times, has 10 hits, but he does have 4 doubles, so he's got a lot of power, and 6 RBIs. Count 2 balls, 1 strike now, and here's the pitch. That one fouled off by Dito. Martinez challenging him.
Yes.
So the count will go to now to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
I hope to continue. I mean, Martinez, like I said, I like him so far. I mean, I like what he's done for us, and he might have that bad outing and this, like everybody has. They're not in spring shape. They're getting there. But all I want to see these guys is compete.
So we have 2 down here in the top half of the first inning. Runners on at first and second. A breaking ball with a check swing down the first base side, and it is going to go foul. So runners will hit back to the bases. Baxley back to second. Gibson back to first as the count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that was a good pitch there, a little breaking pitch on the outside, probably about 2 inches away. But Dito, he went after it and just barely fouled it off.
Yeah, he tried to keep his hands back, and he just got the barrel of the bat on it, but it did go foul. So here's Martinez's pitch. It's a 2-2 count. Swing and a miss there by Jackson Dito as he goes down for the 3rd out, and that is the 2nd strikeout recorded by Zach Martinez. So the top half of the first inning for the Rose Hill Sluggers, they scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 1.5 inning play, it's the Sluggers 0 and the Rebels coming to bat, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball. Defensively for the Sluggers at first base will be number 33, Kosas. Second baseman will be number 5, Tice. Shortstop will be number 11, Johnson. At third base, number 26, Baxley. Left fielder will be number 21, James. Center fielder number 31, Reitz. Right fielder will be number 42, Gibson. Catching will be number 8, Cadena. And pitching for the Rose Hill Sluggers will be number 32, Brian Skillman. Skillman so far comes in with a 3.17 ERA. He is 2-1 for the season. He has appeared in 4 games, started 4 games, has pitched 17 innings, has 19 strikeouts, 5 base on balls, and has given up 9 hits.
You know, that was a huge inning right there. If you can win every inning, that's one of the goals, too, that we used to have as a college coach. I used to tell you, let's win every inning. Let's try to win every inning. And right there, we got an opportunity right now. Like we said, teams have been scoring on us early in the games, Frank.
So leading off the bottom half of the first inning for the Newton Rebels will be the shortstop number 2, Jack Sigris. And Sigris comes back after missing a couple of ball games.
Yeah.
I believe he was in Texas for a wedding. Sigris is a 5'11", 183-pounder, a sophomore from Wichita State University. And his hometown is Plano, Texas. First pitch to Sigris is called strike 1. So the count is no balls, 1 strike.
No, he said I talked to him before the game here, and he had a great time at the wedding, but he sure missed playing ball, so he's excited to be back.
He comes in batting .352 here for the season. He appeared in 18 ball games. And here's the second pitch. That one missing outside for ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Sigris. Once again, he has appeared in 18 games, has been to plate 71 times, has 25 hits, and has scored 16 runs. Has a total of also 11 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That one lifted up into the infield. First baseman looks like it's going to get under it. Makes the catch for out number 1. So that first baseman is Kosis. The fly out to first base for the first out. That's going to bring up the third baseman, number 55, Nolan Riley.
And the thing is, Coach Clark, he's been playing Riley in the 2-hole there, and I think he likes him. You know, he's a contact kind of guy, and he gets on base. He figures out a way to get on base.
Riley's 6'2", 195-pounder from Arkansas Fort Smith, and his hometown is Augusta, Kansas. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Riley. That ball hit right up the middle. That's going to be in for a base hit. So Nolan Riley records the first hit of the ball game as that one went right down the middle into center field. That will bring up the first baseman, number 21, Lincoln Andrews.
Andrews from Cannon City, Colorado. 6'4", 215, the lefty hitter. He's a freshman, Frank, a freshman at Southeast Missouri State.
Yeah, 6'4", 215 pounders. And Lincoln Andrews comes in batting .337 as he's appeared in 21 ball games.
We'll see what's going on here. The umpires are getting together. They might be talking about position. I don't know what they're talking about right now. But
so Nolan Riley's on at first base as he recorded the first hit of the ball game for the Newton Rebels. And Lincoln Andrews up there. Andrews has been up about 86 times here in the season. Has 29 hits, has scored 16 runs, and has 27 RBIs. Also has 4 dingers. That one missing low and outside for ball 1.
I know we're talking about the Carl Hodges MVP award that we've been talking about earlier and, before last week, and I think he's a candidate for it.
And here's the pitch. That one hit right back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. So Lincoln Andrews records his first hit of the game and back-to-back singles into center field by the Newton Rebels. That will put runners on at first and second with 1 down, and it'll bring up the designated hitter, number 17, Enzo the Boom Bonventry.
Enzo from Detroit, Michigan. 6'2", 210. He's a junior from Lake Erie College.
He comes in batting .306 here for the season, as he's appeared in 21 ball games, has 19 hits at 62 at bat, has scored 17 runs, has 15 RBIs, and I believe he's got a league leading 6 home runs.
Right, I think he's tied for it right now.
Is he tied now?
He's
Okay.
tied.
So we have runners on at first and second with one down. First pitch to Bonventry was a ball one. As we have no score, that one missing high for ball two. 2-0 now the count. Brian Skillman, the pitcher for the Rose Hill Sluggers.
And I liked what Riley and Andrews did. Just easy swings, taking it up the middle. They didn't try to overswing. Just nice little base hits.
So 2 balls, no strikes now to Bonventry, as we are in the bottom half of the first inning. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off by Bonventry, and the count will go to 2 balls and 1 strike.
And he missed his pitch right there, and it came inside, and Enzo attacked it, but just fouled it off just a little under.
Just was a little late on it and went foul to the right-hand side. So 2 balls, 1 strike by Skillman to Bonventry. Left-handed pitcher. A breaking ball missing outside, so the count will go 3 balls and 1 strike. They've been pitching Bonventry this year with a lot of off-speed pitches.
Oh yeah, and they know him. They, you say it's his 3rd year in the league as a Rebel, and people know him. Coaches are the same coaches basically in the league, so they know how to pitch him or try to.
So here's Skillman's pitch. That one in there for strike 2. So the count will go full now at 3 balls and 2 strikes, as we have runners on at first and second with 1 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. No score if you're just now joining us. We hope you enjoyed the telecast. And here's Skillman's pitch. Ball hit down the third base side, and that's going to be foul. Just left of the base, wasn't it?
Yeah. I guarantee if it was a little closer, Coach Clark would have been jumping up and down. Fair, but yeah, it was foul.
Just barely foul there by Bonventry, so he's doing a good job of hanging in there as the count stays full at 3-2 with 1 down here in the bottom half of the first inning. As the Newton Rebels are threatening, and it's good to see because they're used to playing with being down. That one lifted into the infield. Second baseman is coming in, gets under it, makes the catch for out number 2. That's Adam Tice. So Bonventry pops up in the infield.
Yeah, and that was a high pitch, but it was close enough that you have to swing at that, Frank. It's just, and that's what you always tell kids. If it's you open up your box and you got anything close, you got to be swinging. So
you got 2 strikes. You got to protect that plate. That's for sure. That's going to bring up the catcher, number 23, Joey Martinez, now batting for the Newton Rebels. Martinez is a 6-foot, 195-pounder. From Glendale, Arizona. The swing and a miss there by Martinez.
That was a good cut. And this is what we talked about, picking up each other in these situations. With 2 outs, runners in scoring position. And Martinez has that opportunity to do that.
Comes in batting .318 as he's appeared in 21 ball games. And here's Skillman's pitch. That one breaking ball. Umpire says he did go. So the count goes no balls, 2 strikes. Once again, runners on at first and second as the Newton Rebels had back-to-back singles. We do have 2 down, though, here in the bottom half of the first. Martinez 21 out of 66. That one missing high for ball 1. Skillman tried to get Martinez to chase the high one there, Carve.
And that's a good 0-2. You and I talk about that. Where are you going to put that 0-2?
You got to make him go for your pitch, that's for sure. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Martinez. And here's Skillman's pitch. That one, check swing by Martinez, is fouled off to the right-hand side. So the count will stay at 1 ball and 2 strikes.
See Martinez choking up a little, using a 2-strike approach.
Here's the pitch by Skillman. That one missing high for ball 2. So count will now go to 2 balls and 2 strikes to Joey Martinez, who's catching this evening. for the Newton Rebels. As we have runners on at first and second with 2 down. And here's the pitch. That one fouled off there by Martinez.
He's battling right now, coming in from an 0-2. You know, Frank, it's amazing. You know, players I've coached are some guys that can hit with 2 strikes, and some, they have trouble with it.
So 2-2 the count. Breaking ball missing high for ball 3. So the count will go full now at 3-2. With runners on at first and second and 2 down, the runners will be taking off on the pitch here, Carve. So if Martinez can drive one in the gap somewhere, we may score 2. Got to get a base hit, though, first. Swing and a miss by Martinez as he goes down swinging for out number 3. That is the first strikeout recorded by Brian Skillman. And the bottom half of the first inning for the Newton Rebels, they scored no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. At the end of 1 inning of play, we have no score, and we'll be right back. And we welcome you back to Newton Rebels baseball as we go to the top half of the second inning. Leading off for due up for the Sluggers will be the left fielder number 21, Easton James. He'll be followed by the catcher number 8, Ross Cadena. And then in the hole will be the center fielder number 31, Will Reitz. So Zach Martinez, who has recorded 2 strikeouts here in the...
Oh, here's one of our MVPs right down there helping out, Robin Etchelman. There you go. You get the Gatorade.
Tonight the Rose Hill Sluggers are wearing red jerseys or red uniforms. There's a pitch by Martinez just missing high for ball 1 with white pants. Tonight the Rebels have their black jerseys